that was the good Jett Blakk, Caught in the Moment and Rock Revolution. You know, people always say to me, there's no music industry anymore. It's gone. What we used to know is gone. Well, I mean, think about it. What you used to know about everything is pretty much gone. But you look at what we're doing today. You're either listening to me on your phone, your computer, your laptop, or in some kind of other way of listening to me. And what we used to do, sit around the radio with the tubes. Remember the tubes? If you remember the tubes, you guys that don't remember tube radio, when I was very young, they had tube radio and it kind of expanded from there. But, we used to sit around the radio at home, or at the barber, or in the salons, or wherever they had a radio inside. Now you can put on your headphones. They don't even need to be connected to a jack. They could be, wireless, Bluetooth, and listen to me. So the music industry has evolved. It has changed, just like everything else in the world has changed. And we have a new way of doing things, a new system. Getting your music to people means that you're going to get your music to people. It doesn't mean that you're going to have a record label all the time that's going to be doing these things. And this is a lot of the cases with indie music. We have our first guest on the line. I want to say thank you so much for calling in. Please tell everybody who you are and what you do, please.
Hi there. My name's Tommy, and I am the lead vocalist from the rock band Jett Blakk, hailing out of the Midwest, Kansas City area.
Yes, we just heard Caught in the Moment and Rock Revolution just a couple minutes ago.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. Thank you very much for playing them. We appreciate you.
Oh, they will be on our roster for 2019. So tell me, how did you get started?
Well, that's kind of a long story. It started out, we'll go back to, say, 1987. Where I was fresh out of high school and really didn't know that I had interest in music at that point, but I knew that I liked rock and roll, and I was a little familiar that I had a little bit of a voice, but I had not honed it in really yet at that point. So I started putting together my first rock bands, that were just garage bands, and we got out and played for anybody that we could play for. And then professionally, I would say it started coming together in the 90s for me. I worked with a solo project with a guy named Terry Dunn from the legendary multi-platinum band Banshee. I also went on to form a band called Wolfgang. And then I just started writing original music, and, the rest is history from there. Wow.
So we were talking about the music industry today, like everything. Like I was just saying how we used to listen to music was you sit around the tube radio. Remember the tube radio?
Right.
I remember the tube. you sit in your living room.
It was 8-track tapes for me.
Oh my gosh, yeah. No, my great grandmother, she loved the antique stuff, so she still had her tube radio. When I was born, she still had all that stuff. So I saw all that, But it's like, used to be home or someplace where the music was playing. Nowadays, things have evolved, and people are complaining about the music industry today. What do you think about it? What has it helped you? Has it hindered you? Are you still trying to get your bearings?
That's a very tricky question, so I'm going to be careful answering that. How it's changed for me is this. Technology is the only thing that's really changed it for me. The days of going to the record stores and thumbing through vinyl 45s are, obviously, sadly gone. But I think that we can bring back an accountability, in the music industry if we're careful, if we govern people pirating music a little harder, and respect that these artists deserve to get paid for their songs, and put kind of a physical, there's not a lot of people that buy physical CDs anymore per se. their digital downloads. So we're going to try to spice up the internet on our particular site and make it appealing to the masses and have something really good for them to go to and enjoy reading and keep it up, not just post things on there, but keep it fresh and modern and change it weekly and let our fans have a transparency of everything that's going on with us.
Right. Vinyl is coming back, though. They're actually opening up. There's record stores that are actually like the bookstores and stuff like that they have vinyls. I think their findings was a few percentage up from 2017, and 2018 went like 11% higher or something. People are actually wanting to go to a store now and flip through the vinyl.
Vinyl has not really lost its luster. It's still neat to see a record. It's neat to put it on a phonograph and play it even. The quality of it might not be as good, but it's just the nostalgicness of, putting a phonograph on a record player and playing it, and then hearing the end, that little needle skip at the end of it, It's pretty cool.
Oh, it is. I have my record player with my 8-track tape, and I have an antique record player. And, definitely a cool thing. It might change the note a little bit, though. You might be in between the A and the B, but you know what I mean? It's like, okay.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yes.
but it's a wonderful thing to have. So tell me about what's going on with you guys, and what.
Okay.
And are you doing new music in 2019?
We are, and this has taken a serious right turn. In the beginning, I recorded in Nashville with a Grammy Award-winning engineer by the name of Mitch Malloy, and gave birth to Jett Blakk in 2014. The album was released in 2016. It took the top 200 rock release for 2016. And then just recently, I've started writing again. I basically overhauled the entire band, and it wasn't really because I wanted to just get rid of the players that I had. In my mind, if you want to make superstardom, in rock, you have to have the superstar players. So that being said, I reached out to some very, very big hitters, Mr. Rudy Sarzo, two-time Rock Hall of Famer with Quiet Riot, Ozzy Osbourne, Thin Lizzy, and also Mr. Joel Hoekstra, the current lead guitar player from Whitesnake. I reached out to them, asked them if they would be interested in recording and being some guest session players on the new Jett Blakk. They graciously agreed, and here we are now getting ready to release two mollywhopper songs that are fabulous, and I think are going to help attribute putting rock and roll back on the map.
Wow. And rock and roll is coming back. Go figure that last year, what was it? It was Motley Crue that had their best year ever. Like since release.
Love the Crue, hands down. And yes, talk about a show. That's where we all aspire to be as rock players, is where the Crue's at and what they're doing. So that's the ultimate goal, as a musician.
Right. It is. And I have that goal as well. Not being a rock, I'm funk. Funk isn't as big as rock, but you know how it goes. But it's
all the genres of music are fabulous. So it's just catering to the genre and finding your crowd.
Yeah.
Just targeting the right audiences.
Oh, you're right. And rock is making a big comeback. So when you think about what you've been doing and now what you're planning on doing, what was the biggest leap that you had to make that you didn't want to make besides getting new band members?
Understanding the business end of it is half of making it. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you are unable to understand and grasp the business side of things, you're spinning your wheels in the mud, because social media